Lake Dallas Cheer would like to welcome you to
Falcon Football Weekly!
Center snapping, here we go, shot drill. Ready, set, go!
Welcome back to another edition of Falcon Football Weekly. I'm John Piper, and as always, joined by head coach Michael Young. How you doing, Coach?
Doing great. How about you?
Excellent. Well, we have to talk about Mother Nature. It impacts another high school Friday night of football. And when I say Friday night, your game was moved to Thursday due to the weather coming in over at Princeton. So I want to ask you, and for our audience, Coach, how do you game plan and prep when you have a short week like that and all of a sudden you get notified that your game's moved from Friday to Thursday?
Well, I talked with the Princeton coach on, I think it was Wednesday afternoon. There was, I think one other school had done that at the time, and he had talked to me about it. I said I was willing to look into it. There's just a lot of things that have to go into that decision. There's band, drill team, cheerleaders, student body. There's everything you have to have involved to be able to make it work. And the forecast for Friday was really bad. It looked like it was going to be terrible. But luckily, everybody in our district came through, said they could get it done, and we were able to make the change Wednesday in just a couple hours of time. And I think it went pretty smooth. I know we had a delay in some weather over there that Thursday, but it was a lot better than what it was on Friday for sure.
Yeah. Coach, have you ever seen in your 20-plus years of coaching, have you ever seen this much rain and bad weather to start a season before in your career?
No. You might see a week or so of this, and there's a lot of years you don't see any of it. So it's just usually in Texas this time of year, there's not a lot of rain. So I guess we can't really complain about it, but I know we've needed it, but it sure seems like it's been an awful lot here the first few weeks.
Coach Young, you mentioned, another delay with, I believe, just a little under 5 minutes left in the first quarter. Both teams had to retreat back to the locker room for a weather delay. How do you keep your team loose and ready to go? I know, was it a minimum 30-minute delay once lightning comes in, or is it longer than that?
It's minimum 30, and every time there's another strike, it resets. So we were in there it was an hour and 15 or hour and 20 minutes, and it was a really small locker room. It was not one of the locker rooms you'd want to be stuck in. It was really tight, very close quarters. It was hot. It was not a good situation. It's never a good one, but that locker room definitely made it a little bit worse. So
you come back out, and I believe Princeton gets the ball, and they score again quick and take a 14-0 lead, and you're back on your heels. Your team, it's not looking promising. What were you thinking there as the head coach of the Falcons?
Well, it's hard. To start the game, we'd gotten a 3-and-out. We had driven down to about their 20, and we fumbled. That's right when the weather was starting to come in. They hit us for a big play and got down to the 20-yard line or so, and that's when we had to go inside for the break. We come back out. We hold them to 4th down and 10 from the 10, and they convert it for the touchdown, and then kick an onside kick, hit us with another trick play on the first play after that. Yeah, and it's 14-0. So it was we had our hands full. We knew they were going to be a pretty good team, and to start out on the road, but spotting them 14 points was tough. But our offense responded really well to right after that.
You first score 8-yard run from senior Kylie Smith that gets you on the board. 14-7, I believe. Then you score 16 straight to take the lead, 23-17. You had to feel pretty good about what was going on then.
Yeah, we'd kind of got it back. I think we played really well offensively. Defensively, we just did not play very well. We had a lot of different chances for interceptions. We got our hands on balls, and we just didn't come up with them. And those are big plays that we've got to come up with. We just didn't do a very good job with the ball in the air, playing it, and didn't do a very good job on 4th down. It was tough to play them. They knew they were going to have to try some different things. They went for it on 4th down, I think 4 or 5 different times, converted most of those, had an onside kick, like I said earlier. And so, they had nothing to lose, and they knew they had to try whatever they could to win the football game. We need to do a little bit better job, though, especially on those 4th down plays, because we could have really ended the game with a couple of those where we could have gotten ourselves ahead by 17 or 24 points. We just never could put them away.
Like you mentioned, Coach Young, it was a little sloppy, but the box score doesn't indicate that. You end up getting the win on the road at Princeton. with bad weather delays, 39-31. What was the message to the team after the game?
Well, just that, we just got to keep getting better and clean up the things that we're not doing well, but enjoy the win. Wins are always good to happen. You need to enjoy them whenever you have, no matter whether they're sloppy or not. You can fix that stuff the next week of practice, but be thankful for that we were able to respond and our offense came through for us when we needed it. And look at the positive stuff from that too, because anytime you get a road game win in district, it's always a good one.
Yeah, speaking of your offense, Depperschmidt comes out. He's 24 for 32, 318 yards, splits the ball up with 6 different receivers. The highlight of the receiving core, Brandon Engel, 9 catches, 153 yards with a long, I think he had a long one of like 69 yards. Is that right?
Yes. Yeah, Ryan had a great night and was able to move the ball around. I thought our offensive line was a big part of our success offensively. We didn't run the ball for a lot of yards, but whenever we did, we were pretty successful at it. We had our way pass protection wise, and that's what I think gave Ryan a lot of time to make those throws. So our offense, from the offensive line, receivers to Ryan, all played really well.
Yeah, you mentioned on the ground, you said quarterback Depperschmidt, Kylie Smith, and IK, they split the duty in a total on the ground, 112 yards. One thing, Coach, that jumps out at me, your special teams, kickoff returns had a big night. Kobe Minor, 4 returns for 76 yards. CJ Broadway, 1 for 24, and Ryan Hall, 1 for 16. That really put your offense in a much better field position. Yeah,
our special teams were real positive. Our kickoff return, I think, set up several easy drives for us, getting close to the 40, 50-yard line. So that was a positive. I thought our kickoff coverage was good. Our punt return was good. So, and, Patty came through again, making field goals, not just as extra point, but made a couple more field goals. And so we played well on special teams, which is more difficult to do, especially on the road and kind of weather with all that stuff going on. But I thought we played really well in that area as well.
And then, senior defensive back Daryl Minor kind of seals the game with an interception late. That was one of the highlights of your defense. The good news is you roll into a bye week. So your team has and your coaching staff have time to game plan, rest, put some things in for your next opponent, Denison, which will be back home on Friday night, October the 5th. Coach, during a bye week, what does that enable your team to do as well as your coaching staff?
Well, you get to go back and kind of look at areas that you need to get better at, maybe things that you're trying to do that aren't working that you need to get rid of, maybe things you need to add to and put in some different wrinkles. It really, I think, helps you in a game when you're playing somebody like Denison that does something like they're a real fast-paced offense, probably as fast as anybody you'll see. They're really quick at getting the line and running plays. It's kind of what they do to help set up their big plays. So having this extra week to prepare for that part of their game also is really beneficial.
One thing we want to share, Coach, here on Falcon Football Weekly, something special on Friday night, October 5th, versus Denison at home. It'll be your pink out game. Be several players sporting some pink, receiving gloves, shoelaces. Have you seen anything unique or any of the players that will come out with anything really special for pink out?
No, yeah, it's always a big deal that, the kids enjoy it. The gloves, they sell shirts. They spend their money buying some of this stuff, but they enjoy it. They also realize what it's for. We've kind of established this over the last few years as we find people in our district that are having, they're fighting cancer that could use the help, and we're able to raise money and give back to them. And we're doing that again this year with Jan Humphries, our high school librarian. So she's going to be the recipient of that, and we look forward to that week. It's a really neat deal of us, our quarterback club and our football program, along with the volleyball. They go in with us. They have a volleyball game that night, and they do the same thing, and we give back to somebody deserving in our district.
That's phenomenal. October is known as Breast Cancer Awareness Month. A lot of people are impacted by that, not just the person, but the families, the extended families. And we applaud you and the Lake Dallas Quarterback Club for doing that. And reminder for everyone, they can go to the Lake Dallas Quarterback Club website to get more information or just make a donation. And we do want to remind everybody this broadcast is brought to you by the Lake Dallas Falcon Football Quarterback Club each and every week throughout the season on podcasts, wherever you find your podcasts. Make sure you share it out to your extended friends and family, Falcon fans all over the country. And with that, Coach, we want to wish you a great bye week. Enjoy your time off, and then good luck at home against Denison.
All right, appreciate it. Thank you a lot.